she said, oh yeah, no, that happens. Yeah, people are attacked in their bed by demons. What? And then I was seized with this very intense desire to read the Bible.
Bad work there, demons. Whatever the plan was, it backfired. Welcome to another reaction video. Today I'm going to be reacting to Tucker Carlson talking about being attacked by a demon in the middle of the night. So this should be interesting.
Do you think the presence of evil is kickstarting people to wonder about the good?
That's what happened to me.
That's what happened to you?
Yeah, there are a lot of people who come to believe in Satan before they believe in God. And believing in Satan without believing in God can be used by God to draw them to him.
Oh yeah, I had a direct experience with it.
In the milieu of journalism or just?
Nope, in my bed at night, and I got attacked while I was asleep with my wife and 4 dogs in the bed and mauled.
Now, I'm going to be the devil's advocate here for a minute, but just for a minute. A materialist is going to say, so you think these claw marks were a grand mystery when you were asleep with 4 dogs? Let's just stick a pin in that. All right, let's see.
Physically mauled.
In a spiritual attack by a demon?
Yeah, by a demon. Or by something unseen that left
Is that right?
claw marks on my sides, on my...
So it left physical marks.
Oh, they're still there. Yeah. 1.5 years ago.
Was your wife terrified? I know you were.
I wasn't. I was totally confused. I woke up and I couldn't breathe and I thought I was going to suffocate, and I walked around outside, and then I walked in and my wife and dogs had not woken up, and they're very light sleepers.
This experience of being pressed or have a heavy weight on you or an oppression while sleeping is a very common phenomenon in the Christian tradition. People refer to incubus or a succubus. It's a kind of nocturnal collision with something that is beyond our understanding, but it's not rare like a blue comet.
And then I had these terrible pains on my rib cage and on my shoulder, and I was just in my boxer shorts, and I went and flipped on the light in the bathroom, and I had 4 claw marks on either side underneath my arms and on my left shoulder.
So let's go back to the earlier thesis. The materialist says, well, it's the dog's stupid, except that when he gets up, his wife is asleep, the dogs are asleep, everybody's asleep. Well, if he woke up and said, did you do this? And the dogs were snarling at him and they shook their head, no, we didn't do it. Then we should dismiss his account, right?
And they're bleeding.
Wait, they were bleeding?
They're bleeding, yeah. No, they're actual claw marks. And I sleep on my side, so I wasn't clawing myself. I don't have long nails. And they didn't fit my hands anyway. But yeah, that happened. So I'm not from a world where things like that happen. I never heard of anything like that happening before. I had no idea what that was. I knew it was spiritual immediately.
Yeah, in other words, he didn't grow up having had his head filled with the expectation that something like this might happen. It happened, and then he had to go hunt for an explanation.
Okay, that was going to be my question.
Yeah. I don't understand to this day. I'm not going to put it.
You didn't try to refute the spiritual part in your own mind. You went right into the.
Well, it didn't make any sense, and it doesn't now. Well, the next morning I woke up and I thought that was the weirdest dream I've ever had. And then I saw blood on my sheets, and I realized that was not a dream at all. I called my assistant, who was like the only evangelical Christian I know, well enough to call with something bizarre like that, totally bizarre like that. And she said, oh yeah, no, that happens. Yeah, people are attacked in their bed by demons. What? What are you even talking about? Yeah.
They don't usually attack Episcopalians, however. The demons know enough to stay away from Episcopalians.
So, I'm not leaving anything out, and I'm not pretending to understand that. I can only say what happened to me, and that did happen to me. And then I was seized with this very intense desire to read the Bible.
Bad work there, demons. Whatever the plan was, it backfired.
I don't understand any of it. But yeah,
Do you
that
think
happened
God
to me.
allowed the demon?
I have no idea what happened. All I know is I was dead asleep with my wife and dogs, and I woke up with claw marks on my rib cage underneath my arms, and it didn't even make sense. My arms would, anyway, whatever. No one has to believe me, I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
But that happened to me,
Look.
and so I just was like, wow, that's real. Whatever that is, I'm even not sure what it is.
It's
But
very real.
Listening to stories like this, we have to be careful as believing Christians. You don't want to say, yes, demons are real in the Bible, or spiritual forces are real in the Bible. But here in the modern world, in the 21st century, we basically believe in the same universe that Voltaire and Christopher Hitchens believed in, only with God and some holy angels at the top, and us down here with a soul tucked deep inside. But everything else is exactly the way a materialistic atheist would describe it. No, the Bible tells us that there are, in fact, spiritual forces, principalities, powers, thrones. There are demons, unclean spirits, deaf and dumb spirits. These are all realities that did not evaporate when the canon of Scripture was closed. That being said, there are a lot of fantastic stories that people tell, some of which are verifiable, some of which there's something to them, and a lot of things that are just people hyping themselves up into a panic or a frenzy. You don't want to believe people just because they say something, but at the same time, you don't want to disbelieve someone just because they say something that runs counter to your materialistic assumptions.